What's up? What's up? What's up? Want to do some audio levels real quick. Make sure we coming in through squares. Make sure we coming in through nicely, man. Make sure we coming in through nicely, man. Y'all notice, man. Y'all focus, man. Let's go. 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 Oh, okay. We sounded good. We sounded good out here. I'm sorry, man. I got jits over here, man. You know what I mean? I got some jits in the background. You know what I mean? I'm in the hood, baby. I'm in the hood, baby. Let's boost this Yaku up, man. Boost this Yaku up just a little bit, baby. Boost these WAF ass vocals up just a bit, man. Greetings, everybody. Happy afternoon, everybody on the East Coast. Happy afternoon to everybody in the West Coast. You know what I mean? I was trying to get this out earlier, but I kind of throw this away. So, you know what I mean? But I'm very excited for the very first episode of Wafspn. The waviest in sports. You know what I'm saying? The waviest in sports. I'm pretty fucking geeked for this conversation we're about to have, guys. Give me a like, subscribe, pull up if you're pulling up. It's your boy the WAFGOD. I'm play some tunes, man. As I get my points across, just making sure all the audio levels are good before we get this shit started. You know what I mean? My shit gonna come up crazy though. So yeah. I got the chat up so I can see what y'all talking about when the WAFGOD gets this shit popping, man. So I'm pretty excited right now. Pretty fucking gassed right now. I'm pretty excited right now. So I just got my Yaku beat leaning. Let me smoke something, man. Cause so the very first topic of conversation here in the very first episode of Wafspn is the crazy moves that have been going on in the last 48 hours, if I'm not mistaken. In the last 48 hours, I've been very excited about the MLB free agency and kind of keeping track of me just kind of going off from the last year's, not last year's, but this playoffs was very exciting. I watched pretty much every matchup, and so one of the favorite exciting matchups I would say after the Cubs got knocked off was the San Diego Padres and Los Angeles Dodgers matchup, which was very exciting, and the Padres were this close. And then Tampa Bay Rays and Dodgers was a very interesting series, World Series to be exact, and Blake Snell almost had the Rays coming this close. So what happens in the last 48 hours? The San Diego Padres traded for both Yu Darvish and Blake Snell. Now, let me make sure I got this shit kind of make sure I'm not so that's going to this. You feel me, my guys? My guy Yu Darvish, okay? 8 wins, 3 losses, just over 2 on the ERA as far as earned runs category, 76 in his pitch with 93 strikeouts, and look at that whip, my guy. Look at that whip, just under 1, so it doesn't really walk or get any hits with that stat right there, man. So I'm very excited. You know why the WAFGOD is very excited? Why is the WAFGOD very excited? The WAFGOD is very excited because Yu Darvish finally has a team that can put some runs up, man. The San Diego Padres, man, that's what them boys do over there. They get mad runs, you know what I mean? Mad runs. You know, Fernando Tatis, you know what I mean? He's just exceptional, bro. Exceptional, bro. He might be talking about after coming into this year, the best player in the MLB. You know what I mean? So I'm very excited to see that young core and Yu Darvish. All they gotta do is just pitch. All they gotta do is just pitch. He ain't gotta worry about, you know what I mean, is Rizzo going fucking, you know what I mean, is he gonna turn it on or not? Guys like Chris Bryant had a really bad year. You know, all the guys, their main guys that were coming from that World Series team with the Cubs, you know, Jason Hayward, Rizzo, you know what I mean, Raul Ibanez, those guys had a very slumping years last year. You know, a thing that happened too was COVID, so, you know what I mean, COVID plays into a lot of that because a lot of teams didn't get to practice, a lot of teams, you know, the offseason was fucked up. But off year or not, the Cubs wasn't with the $60 million they were shoving out, like, you know what I mean, like $30 million a year for you, because he signed a $130 contract. What was it, like 3 years ago? Not 3 years ago, like about 3 years ago. Yeah, 17, the World Series with the Dodgers. So about 3 years ago, he signed that contract. So the Cubs are shedding a lot of cap here. They are shedding a lot of cap, getting rid of Yu Darvish's contract. It seems like this was the first kind of like domino effect of the Cubs rebuild. You know what I mean? So this is gonna be interesting to see like what the Cubs do now, man. What are the Cubs gonna have going on right now? Because it's open season right now, man. They did get Davies back in this trade as far as the Cubs, so I do like the addition of Davies going over there. You know what I mean? For the Cubs, that's a nice little Cy Young pitcher. I watched him in that Dodgers and Padres series, and in that St. Louis Cardinals series that the Padres pulled out of too. So they did get a nice little right-handed pitcher, but I would say a guy that I would say for Cubs fans that might be a little bit unfortunate that name wasn't in this San Diego Padre trade was Mackenzie Gore. You know, I think MLB.com has him ranked as like the best pitching prospect, if I'm not mistaken, coming into 2020. And you would think for a talent like Yu Darvish, you would get somebody back in that. You did get Davies though. You did get Davies, but I was kind of surprised that Mackenzie Gore wasn't part of this deal. I did hear that there might be a couple other pieces involved in this into this trade. So it might be some other guys thrown up in here, but this is exciting. This is going to be an exciting year to see what Yu Darvish brings to the Padres. You know, just very excited to see what he's going to bring to the table, man, because you're talking about like, dude, if Trevor Bauer didn't have the year he had at his Cy Young year, you would have won Cy Young, man. But I'm really excited to see my boy Yu Darvish go over there and light it up over there. So shouts out to you, man. Shouts out to you, baby. Now, Blake Snell. So they got Blake Snell literally a day before Yu Darvish. Like literally around the same fucking, yo, whoever the Padres GM is, woo! The Chargers need you, my guy. But no, man, 4 wins, 2 losses, just a little bit over 3 with the ERA, 50 innings pitched. Look at the strikeouts over the innings pitch he has. You know, the walks, the hits, you know what I mean? Had a way better, this is not like to say this was a bad year or anything, but he had a way better postseason than a lot of these regular season stats kind of lead on. And but Blake Snell to me is arguably one of the best left-hander pitchers in the MLB period. It's gonna be fun seeing him and Kershaw go up against each other. You know what I mean? Kershaw kind of has like the label the best lefty. His outing last year with the Tampa Bay Rays in the postseason, I should say this year, coming in the postseason, was very dominant. You know what I mean? Very dominant when Snell was on the mound. So you're getting a really high quality lefty with Blake Snell going to the Padres. So I'm very excited to see Blake Snell and the Yu Darvish pairing with my boy the Sheriff, Chris Paddock. So I think Chris Paddock getting to learn from these two guys is going to be immenseful for him too. You know what I mean? It's going to be very immenseful for a guy like Chris Paddock in this rotation. You know what I mean? So I'm excited to see like how better does a guy like Chris Paddock in that rotation get Mackenzie Gore if they still keep him, if they don't make another move. You know what I mean? So those two young guys, I'm very excited to seeing these two guys go over there and them learning from like Mackenzie being a lefty and Chris Paddock being a righty. So your best, you know what I mean, two guys you got left because they got rid of Pinto. They sent Pinto to the Tampa Bay Rays. And the most crazy thing about this, it wasn't even like the Padres got rid of like crazy amounts of prospects, but they've been drafting well, you know what I mean? They've been building well. And a lot of these guys they got rid of for going to the Cubs and the Rays, like, bro, they're not even like 19 or 20. They can't even like sip beer legally yet. You know what I mean? So the value of your prospects, and you know, Padres have been one of those teams, never won a World Series. You know what I mean? That's why their fan base is like flipping the fuck out right now. Padres haven't won a World Series like ever. You know what I mean? It's been like a kind of down period for them. But the addition of these two guys to that bullpen, which was kind of like the thing, like they had to do a bullpen by committee last year, coming off this season, because like, you know, Mike Clevenger, who they traded for, blew his arm. And then you get Clevenger coming back in 2022, which is nuts. So you're going to be adding Clevenger to this fucking rotation. This is going to be a really crazy rotation. You know what I mean? Kind of reminiscent to like the Phillies in 2011, 12. I think that was like, what, 12, 13 when they grabbed like Roy Halladay. And then they traded for Cliff Lee. But they traded for Cliff Lee at the trade deadline. You get what I'm saying? They got both of these guys. 2 days apart from each other. It was very slow in the MLB until a lot of this came out. So I'm very excited to see the impact of Snell and Darvish with the young guys in the rotation. So I'm pretty excited, man. I'm ready for the season to start like right now. Like right now. But there's an addition no one's really talking about. I would say it's kind of like, you know what I mean, kind of the move they made after the Blake Snell trade, that no one's really talking about. And it's like, it's kind of understandable because they pulled like the two best pitchers on the trade market. Not even, you know what I mean, going into some other guys I'm gonna get later in my video. But, dude, Ha-Sung Kim, bro. This dude, Ha-Sung Kim. Okay, I fucked that up. Ha-Sung Kim. 25, about 5'9", 100 and I believe he's like 170 something pounds. So his stature isn't crazy, but look at these stats, my guy. 30 home runs, 109 RBIs, 23 stolen bases, a 306 batting average, a 163 hits last year, and a 921 on base percentage, which is nuts. So that means this guy gets on base, man. That means this guy can rake and he can get on base. But look at the way the ball pops off this dude's bat, man. Look at the way the ball pops off this dude's bat. This is the most underrated signing in the whole free agency. You getting a guy like this who's 25. He been in the KBO. You guys don't know what the KBO is. That's the Korean Baseball Organization. You know what I mean? So you get a guy like this. That's like $120 million value that you're getting for like three. I think you're getting like, I don't know, maybe like $3 million a year or something like that. Just because, you know, it's a lot of posting. It's a lot of weird salary kind of cap holds with the posting in the KBO and the NPB. But this was a guy that, when I did my information on him, and then not just for that, he has a large amount of seasons where he's been putting up these type seasons. Last year, this year the Heroes, the team he plays for, he's played over there for about, I think it's about six years. I think he is a young bull, so he was probably one of them young bulls, came right out of high school, probably in the KBO draft. I don't follow KBO that much. I'm definitely gonna follow KBO after seeing players like this, just coming out of that league. So I'm definitely gonna get in my KBO next year. Shout out to the Dinos. But bro, this was a guy I was like, dude, you putting that guy in this rotation, and he's a utility infielder, meaning he plays all four positions in the infield. He is listed at a shortstop, so definitely with Fernando Tatis, maybe some games when Tatis is like resting or something, you'll probably start him at shortstop. But yeah, this kid's definitely not playing shortstop, but he can play anywhere on the infield. I would project probably second base or third base maybe would be more ideal for Kim. But bro, Ha-Seong Kim, man, look him up, man. That ball pop off his bat. That boy contact is crazy, man. So that was an underrated pickup too. The Padres looking like now we got a rivalry. LA and San Diego, man. If everybody stop being assholes, man, I'm trying to take a flight, pull up to those games, man. Everybody stop acting like assholes and get these fans back in these stands, man. I'm trying to pull up, man. I'm trying to pull up for them Dodgers and Padres games. Those are gonna be sick. Dodgers made some moves too. You get Trevor Rosenthal, man, as a really solid relief guy. I would say that was probably like the only weakness from the Dodgers is, you know, sometimes when they put these relief pitchers in, they kind of get lit a little bit. You know what I mean? You know, Jansen sometimes be doing some weird shit. So the only weakness they address. But a funny thing thought up in here, and I would say just fuck it because we talking San Diego Padres and Wafspn, is what is the Padres' next move? Will it be that guy? You see him, Big Trev. My other favorite. I would say Yu Darvish is my favorite pitcher in the league, but my favorite gaijin, as they say in Japan, gaijin. He's not really foreign. Yu Darvish is really the foreigner out of USA, but my favorite pitcher in the league, you know what I mean, outside of Yu Darvish is Trevor Bauer, hands down. And Trevor Bauer's been linked to the Mets, the Giants, Angels, you know, the Angels. And I would say after the domino effect of these two blockbuster moves, you guys see the stats. Look at that ERA. Look at those innings pitched to strikeouts. Look at that whip. It's like these stats are ridiculous. Like the only reason I have 4 losses is because the Reds can't drive in any runs. You know what I mean? And there was a report that came out that said the Reds didn't really have the money to keep him. He said it was fake. We really don't know. But the main interesting thing here is that who's going to land Trevor Bauer? It kind of looked like Trevor Bauer was going to be a first piece to move, and then all these guys were going to kind of go, like Blake Snell and Yu Darvish. But those guys went right before Trev. And then Trev came out and said, like, it was a report that he was doing 1-year deals strictly, so he was like kind of like this Deion Sanders shit. And then he came out and said, like, no, I'm signing multi-year deals. So he signed a multi-year deal. So you're gonna get a guy like this that's a Cy Young guy. You know what I mean? All he does is eat, sleep, breathe, Yaku, man. And you're gonna get a guy like that, right? So you're gonna get a guy like that on any team you look at him. I would say if you're the Angels and seeing these moves and being in the American League, you gotta get this guy. You gotta get this guy. National League, NL West, San Francisco Giants. There's a lot of smoke in that division now. You know what I mean? There's a lot of smoke, and the Giants haven't really been linked with any big name guys, but you know, you looking at your team and you got a rebuilding, you guys kind of trying to scratch the surface, and you got all these arms in the Dodgers, because you know what I mean, Kershaw and Walker Buehler ain't no scrubs either, and what was the homie Carlos Uranus, he was gas. Elias, the bull that won the World Series, that came in for closer for the Dodgers. So like, I know I butchered that, but bro, maybe the Giants. You know what I mean? Maybe the Giants. Do the Padres, man? Do the Padres just say fuck it and grab Trev? Cause you got Blake Snell on a really solid contract for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Got Clevenger coming back. You got Chris Paddock still on his rookie deal. You know, McKenzie's still on their rookie service. So they got to do like 6 years. You know what I mean? Paddock coming in his 3rd year. So you're going to have him for a couple years. Or if you want to trade these guys. So do you make the fucking move for Trev and just do the baseball version of what we see in the NBA with the big 3 pitching rotation? You get what I'm saying? And all these guys being in their prime. So do you pull the trigger on Trev? You just say fuck it, we trying to secure the bag, and do you give Trevor Bauer the bag? You know what I mean? Oh, it's interesting to be a Yaku fan right now. Look at those strikeouts, man. Look at those strikeouts, man. Look at that, man. awesome time to be a baseball fan right now, man. There's going to be a lot of answers questions. But Mets, you know, you grab Brian McCann. You hold off on JT Realmuto. Maybe the Mets. The Mets have been linked over there a lot as far as with Trevor Bauer's name. Do the Mets throw bread at him? You know what I mean? Because the National League is even though we're talking NL West, National League, you're talking Padres and Dodgers right now to be the favorites, and I would say that, like, the Braves are right under that. So how do the Mets compete with the Braves? You know what I mean? You gotta get a bull like Trevor Bauer over there. I know you got a couple other arms over there, and I know they've been like kind of injury, and a lot of guys kind of didn't really post play this season. They kind of backed off from playing this season, but boy, Mets get their hands on Trevor Bauer, and now they in the mix for the National League pennant. The National League got all the smoke right now, all the smoke, man. I'm super hyped right now, but there's something interesting I want to talk about just because we talked Ha-Sung Kim about posted players, and one of my guys that getting into Japanese baseball this year. And my love for Japanese baseball going into the love of the MLB and then really getting on top of my shit. Kohei Arihara of the Nippon Hand Fighters, the Hokkaido Nippon Hand Fighters. That being the original team of Yu Darvish, Kohei Uehara, Koji Uehara, and there's another homie that went to the Rangers from the Fires. So this is the fourth Japanese pitcher the Rangers ever signed. My boy Arihara signing over there was very awesome to see him get this opportunity. The most interesting thing here was that he got signed before Sugano, who I thought was clearly like getting signed first out of all the NPB guys. Now, if you look at the stats, 132 inning pitches, 132 innings pitched. The strikeouts don't really like match the innings pitched with 106. The ERA is just about creeping into the fours. You know what I mean? Not creeping, but halfway mark into the fours with 3.46 earned run average. And you got the 9 losses and the 8 wins. Now, for Ranger fans, which you might not be thinking what you're getting with this guy. You might be thinking he's a scrub. Might be like, yo, who's this guy? It's just another guy that's gonna get raked on, you know what I mean? Just get mad homers away. I watched a lot of Nippon Hand Fighters. That's my favorite team in the NPB, the Japanese Baseball League. That is the Nippon Baseball League. The Fighters are the most underachieving team. They're basically like the Japanese version of the Angels. They always get hurt. You know what I mean? The younger players, they're kind of just like up and down. There's not really a lot of morale in the bullpen. You know what I mean? But what you're getting with the guy like with Kohei is the dude's a strikeout artist. His 2019 year was ridiculous. I wasn't watching MPB around that time, but I pulled the highlights up, pulled the numbers. It was like a 2.09 ERA, so his ERA was like very low in the twos. 15 wins. This is a guy in his second year in the NPB. Brought the Nippon Hand Fighters a Japan series, the equivalent to the World Series over here in the States. So this guy is a winner. This guy does have competitive edge, and this guy is a number 3 overall selection in the year he came out in 2015, and he's 28. So I think what Chris Young and the Texas Rangers went here was more of a guy just coming into his own than getting a guy like Sugano, because Sugano is 31 and Kohei is 28. So Kohei's just about to hop into this bag. And I really project Arihara to be number 3 in this rotation behind Jordan Lyles. There's another homie over there. I forgot his name. But I project him to be like number 3 maybe in this rotation. And I think mid-season, if he can adjust to the MLB, adjust to the country change, adjust to going from fucking Hokkaido to Texas. That's a big fucking adjustment. Going from Hokkaido to Texas, I can project Kohei being the top starter in this lineup, in this rotation. I know it's not the sexiest numbers you guys see right now, but Kohei does possess ace stuff, man. Ace stuff. I think maybe it was. I think a lot of the Nippon Hand Fighters, they don't generate offense this year. It's been one of the worst. And then the Central League is the toughest league in the NPB. You know what I mean? They have DHs, all this crazy shit over there. Shout out to motherfucking Fudoka, South Bank Hawks. Them motherfuckers crazy. Them motherfuckers like the 33rd team in the MLB. I'll get them motherfuckers run up the motherfucking Arizona Diamondbacks right now. But no, Kohei Arihara, man, it's going to be interesting to see. I hope he does well. One of my favorite guys on the Hand Fighters. So I'm happy to see one of my first year watching NPB. Already seeing one of my guys I'm rooting for get picked up. I'm very excited to play with my homie on MLB The Show 21 when that come out. I'm just excited, man. It's just an excited time to be a baseball fan worldwide, man. Now, transitioning from the sports here, from MLB, I want to talk some hoop talk, baby. Because the basketball season started, you know what I mean? I'm a Lakers fan. Yeah, they're the Trailblazers. Knocked off my Lakers yesterday, but we got a whole lot of games. And shouts out to Gary Trent. Pal, if you're watching this, shout out to my boy Gary Trent. Not your boy Gary Trent, because Pal was talking about like, yo, trade for Gary Trent. Wes Matthews ain't it, and all that. But shouts out to Gary Trent, lit it up over there. And I definitely think the Trailblazers is healthy. They got the most smoke for the Lakers coming out in the West. My personal opinion, you might not like it, you might not, but that's the WAFGOD. This is Wafspn. But look at the Cavs stats right now. Now I know it's early. Now I know it's hella early. Hella early. I gotta light a blunt up for this one. It's really early right now in the NBA season. Right? Really early. But the Cavs are undefeated right now. The Cavs are undefeated. Yes, they're undefeated. The LeBron-less Cavs are undefeated. Look at the stats I pulled up as a team to see where they rank amongst the 32 teams in the NBA. They are third in points, which was one of the most surprising stats. You know what I mean? Finding this information out. Hold on, I want to switch the music real quick. Give you guys some WAP tunes, because I know everybody over here be like, Pac, where you be at? Pac, there you go. There goes some Pac for you. There goes some Pac for you. You get what I'm saying, Squings? But, my guys. 7th in rebounds. 7th in rebounds. Okay. First in steals. First in assists. 12 steals a game. Y'all getting after a defense. You're getting 12 steals a game. First in assists with 31.3, that was the most surprising, sexiest stat that's here. And 21st in blocks, which is like, you know what I mean? You can get that from one guy. I was surprised. I would say that's the most stat I was surprised where they weren't high in. But you look at the stat matter. They're top 10 in everything, and they're top 3 in offensive stats, which is fucking nuts. This is the Cleveland Cavaliers we're talking about. Now, I got some highlights for you fools. Got tip off. I was watching the Sixers game, and I was like, yo, hold on. These Cavs move different. These Cavs move different, man. Like, yo, I was like, whoa, because everyone's talking Brooklyn Nets, aka the New Jersey Nets. Everyone's talking New Jersey Nets right now. Everybody's talking mad Nets shit right now, as far as Eastern Conference basketball. Everybody and their mom is talking New Jersey Nets right now. With LaMelo in that joint. You know what I mean? With LaMelo in that joint. We talking Mad Hornets. Yo, Pal, shouts out my boy Pal. I see you, pimp. I see you. So everyone's talking Hornets right now. You know what I mean, Squings? Everyone's talking Hornets right now. So you guys are talking Hornets. Clippers. I said Clippers. Fuck that. We talking Eastern Conference. That was a big box. But we talking the New Jersey Nets, Sixers, Celtics, Toronto. You get what I'm saying? The Wizards is a nice little bubble team. But I thought the Wizards were gonna be like, Wizards were my pick for like kind of bubble team in the Eastern Conference that might surprise people. And I have to drop them down with the Ryu injury, and then like I think Westbrook got like tweaked or something. But bro, these Cavs, man, I like the way they move, man. Andre Drummond is still a presence in the NBA, and Larry Nance got moved to small forward. Like, he just plays small forward, power forward, and I like that because he's stroking out there. When he was on the Lakers, man, he was one of the guys, man, when the Lakers got rid of him, I was like, shit, what y'all doing? You know what I mean? I was like, get rid of fucking Julius Randle. You know what I mean? Pow, that was for you, dog. But no, like, watching these highlights, y'all gonna see a little bit, some moves bust over there, but I was very surprised watching the Cleveland Cavaliers, the LeBron-less Cleveland Cavaliers, and I would say the bright side of this team and the future of this team is Darius Garland. He made some very beautiful plays at quarterback. Very beautiful plays, man. Definitely way up from his rookie year. You know what I mean? Definitely up from his rookie year as far as production. Look how he runs the floor in this play right here. Look at that dime. Look at that dime. Look at that shot. As soon as I brought him up, look at that. Like, that was just an example of what I'm talking about with Darius Garland. So he has these motherfuckers running, bro. It is only been like a week and a half in the NBA. What, like a week and a half, right? Yeah, like a week and a half as far as the NBA. The association opening back up. So, but this, even though the Sixers didn't have Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons wasn't taking over this game. You know what I mean? So I thought with the subtraction of Tristan Thompson, the interior would be kind of, you know what I mean? Because that's like the only thing Tristan Thompson do. He plug lanes. But the Cavs, man, Drummond was in this motherfucker just like closing that down. You know what I mean? Definitely Embiid would have gave him some smoke if he was in this matchup, but you know what I mean? It's gonna be fun seeing like them progress. And what's interesting is the pandemic causing teams like Cleveland, you know, they're just more locked in now. You know what I mean? They're just like, yo, all we got is to do the ball now. You know what I mean? But they're the underdogs right now. And I would say it's sexy. I would say it's too early to call them a playoff team yet. But as far as right now, they're looking very competitive in the Eastern Conference. Very competitive, man. Very competitive, man. I want to pull up, as we have this going, I want to see if I can pull up. Oh, no.